Well, good day, my friends. We are making our way through Indiana, and we're actually headed today to the Indiana Welcome Center in Hammond. I know it's kind of crazy to be doing the vlog at the Welcome Center when I'm already in the state, but you'll see when we get there why we're doing it. Daze with Jordan the Lion and you all, and a Merry Christmas begins now. Wow, look at that display. Welcome to the Indiana Welcome Center, as I promised. You notice here they're advertising till December 30th, the Christmas Story Comes Home exhibit. That's what we're here to see today. I don't know why they had to go and ruin a perfectly beautiful shot like this by putting a South Shore, Indiana tourism bus out here, but you've got a silo over here. You're like, why are you showing the walk-in? Well, look over here in the flagpole. This is kind of crazy. You know, you make a movie when you're a kid, and you're the famous actor that's got his tongue stuck to a flagpole. And decades later, that movie is shown constantly at Christmas. Maybe the most popular Christmas movie ever, or right up there in the top 10. It's shown all day long on Christmas Day, 24 hours in a row. And they have a little plaque over here. It says, push here to learn more about the iconic holiday movie A Christmas Story and its roots in Indiana. So what they're supposed to have, that I read, was they got a bunch of the Macys window displays. So as soon as we walk in, it is totally Christmas out. They always have a pretty great gift shop and everything in a permanent display. But look at the map of Indiana on the floor. They've got a leg lamp signed by a bunch of the actors, it looks like. There you can see Flick on there, Ralphie, Peter Billingsley. And there's Gene Shepard, the man who wrote the story that became the movie, and his childhood home on Cleveland Street is actually here in Hammond. So let's go on in and see this special exhibit. Now, if you saw my videos last year, one of the things I'd wanted to do forever was to go to New York City during the Christmas holiday to see all the window displays. And I finally got to do it this past year when Kiss was retiring. And a lot of these displays apparently were from this I've seen before, so I think this is permanent. But a lot of what we're gonna see today is supposed to be the ones directly from Macys when they were in the window display at Macys. So they're actually showing the movie. You could spend all day in here just looking at all the Christmas trees and watching the movie. But look over here. I'm gonna have to talk a lot just because they're playing so much music and it's all copywritten. But look at this. You've got this whole Higby department store toy display here with Roy Rogers down here rocking on the... I actually have that. I have that same elephant that spin in the circus balloon. But look at that. There are all the kids. Ralphie. The whole bunch. And of course the Red Ryder BB gun, the culprit in all this. The MacGuffin. Take a look at that. They're moving. Ralphie's looking around. Looks like he's the only one that moves. I know they always spend like $1 million, those window displays, every year to really go out of their way to make something great. That is a monster size leg lamp. Santa's Mountain with the slide. We'll have to get a look at this. I think that's actually something that you can do. Hey Ralphie. Yeah, you just go over here and you can slide down the slide. But if you're in Ohio, go to Castle Noel. They have an exact replica of the one from the movie, and you can really do the slide, like to where it feels like you're really doing it. There's his brother, Randy, all wrapped up over here. So they probably do like a meet and greet up here with Santa, I would assume. Certain times of the holiday season, probably on the weekends. So if you're anywhere near, make sure you come and check it out. Now we're gonna go over here because they have the story of A Christmas Story. Monster size. I love it. So it says about the author. Christmas Story comes home. Gene Shepard, co-writer of A Christmas Story, based many of his stories on Hammond, Indiana, his boyhood hometown. Hammond, the fictional town where the Parkers live, is a guise for Hammond. The Shepards and the Parkers lived on Cleveland Street. Throughout the movie, there are references to Northwest Indiana. There's a mention of Griffith, Indiana, Lake Michigan, as Shepard's grading school. Characters in the movie also based on the former Hammond residents Mrs. Shields, Paul Schwartz, and Jack Flickinger. Gene Shepard was a master storyteller. His radio career spanned nearly 3 decades, and he wrote columns for Car and Driver, Mad Magazine, National Lampoon, and more. He's also known for his movie and television career, but most is recognized as the voice of Ralphie Parker in A Christmas Story. So he not only wrote it, but he also was the voice of the main character, if you didn't know. Shepard, also known as Shep to many of his fans, was raised in Hammond. Many of his stories are based on his experiences growing up here in the Midwest. In God we trust, all others pay cash. So over here we have the Bumpus Hounds, and it says the hillbilly neighbors' dogs destroy the Parkers' Christmas dinner, leaving the family with no turkey sandwiches, no turkey salad, and no turkey hash. This is great. I don't know what year they did this one. I don't think it was last year because I don't remember seeing this display, and I went to the Macys display. So that is great though. The parents. There's the door to the basement. They're really tearing up that turkey dinner, aren't they? And they move. You can see the little tails wagging and stuff. They're hungry. They're happy. And of course, where Randy was hiding under the sink. They did a great job on this one. Really, really great job. Now we'll go over here. Several places, as you see, they're showing the movie. I always think it's crazy to see her in this movie because I also know her from Slapshot, and she's not wearing all her clothes in Slapshot, so it's just kind of strange to know her from two movies that are completely different. Here's Santa's Mountain. It looks like Flick coming down the... Or no. Schwartz. Schwartz had just come down the Santa Mountain. And there he is, listening to some other kid's request. The whole long line of people. The line's back here! This is really great. They have 5 displays. So here's the major award display over here, along with an image from the movie of Ralphie coming down the slide. The old man proudly displays his major award in front of the window of the house, Cleveland Street. The glowing leg lamp was his award after winning a contest. And it says, director Bob Clark played a cameo role as the dim-witted neighbor in this scene. So there you got people looking around, talking, wondering what the heck. And there's the old man's major award. For Gillet, French. Although I don't see the old man in this at all. He's probably running around the house celebrating his amazing award. And I think it'll be fun when we get done here to go over and take a look at the childhood home. What the real Christmas Story house would have looked like. Oh, okay, so this sign says that this was the Macys display from 2003. Okay. Looks like they're also having a contest. So they're asking people to vote for their favorite tree. As you can see, there are just Christmas trees all over the entire room in here. So here we have the scene of the robbers. A hero's dream, and there's Ralphie in his cowboy costume as the hero of the family. What are we gonna do? Oh God, thank God Ralphie's here with his BB gun. He can save us all. And then look at the guys dangling outside. I love it. This is great. So if you don't know, all the window displays in New York City, like Macys and all that, they do a completely different display every year, and they usually destroy the display afterward so that it can never be reused for something else without their permission. They just destroy everything unless they decide to give it to someone, like they did here, or if you, like I mentioned, Castle Noel. If you go to Castle Noel, they have a lot of the window displays that they were given. So here we are, Harding Elementary. One of our favorite scenes where he's dared to stick his tongue on the flagpole. So there's Ralphie and the teacher, who you find out in the behind the scenes stuff that she was actually pregnant. They were trying to hide that. And there he is. Which one of you put Flick up to this? I know your guilty consciences will get the better of you. And it looks like they formatted all of the TVs around here to coincide. So whatever's happening in the scene on display, they have the movie clip up here to show it. So there is a theme to all of this. So of course the display says, Flick exclaims, "Stuck, stuck, stuck!" after Shorts triple dog dares him to stick his tongue to the frozen flagpole. Police and fire department of Warren G. Harding Elementary School, along with Miss Shields, retrieve Flick. So we've seen all 5 window displays in here. All of the Macys displays. And what we're gonna do now is go out, check out the gift shop, because Flick out there with his tongue stuck to the flagpole is obviously a permanent display. And this one over here, like I mentioned, I've seen maybe 2 years ago. So that's permanent also. But they have a really good gift shop. And look at all the, like I said, they have tons and tons of Christmas trees, and they're having people go around and vote on their favorite one, and they're all themed in some different way. Who doesn't love a top hat? And just a warning, if you come here on one of the times that you can do the slide, they have a sign that says no filming or photos. So if you were coming to do that, you can't. Same rule at Castle Noel. I think it's all about safety. This stuff is here year-round. This whole room is Christmas Story. And I mean everything Christmas Story. From ornaments to cups and goblets. So if you want to do the whole street, you got Schwartz's house, Ralphie's house, the telegraph office, the elementary school, and a triple dog dare Flick. This tongue stuck to the flagpole. Oh, look at that, the last straw where Ralphie loses it. I've never seen these before. The delivery guy bringing the leg lamp, Ralphie saving the day, the bar of soap. Here they have 20-inch size leg lamps. Ralphie bobbleheads. They got you covered on it, just about everything. Now I think we should take off and go see Gene Shepherd's real house. Apparently he lived at 2 addresses on Cleveland Street, but there was one that he lived predominantly, and that's the one that he was writing his experiences about. So it probably makes sense to go to that one without a BB gun. For a free display, this is totally worth it. Definitely if you're coming through anywhere like the Indiana, Chicago area, stop off at the Hammond Visitor Center. It's totally worth your time. By December 30th, they're gonna take it all down before New Year. So as I was basically just speaking about on my way out, they said, hey, the house is still here if you want to go see his childhood home and hear some information about it. So they're very helpful here at the Visitor Center. And Flick, until next time, don't fall for any triple dog dares anymore, okay? Ah! I love the story about how they pulled this off of the movie. They put a vacuum hose up the flagpole, cut a little small hole there, and that would hold his tongue to the prop. Stuck! Stuck! So Gene Shepherd's real house is only about 1.5 miles from the visitor center. All the kids' houses are in the same neighborhood. I'll show you all of them. So just a few blocks away from our destination of where Gene Shepherd's house was, we'll stop over here at Schwartz's house. In the movie it was Scott Schwartz, but in real life his name was Paul Schwartz. He's the character that gets his tongue stuck to the flagpole. So this house right here was the real life home of Flick. His real name was Jack Flinginger. It was just down the street. He actually owned a tavern here in town. It says it was called Flick's Tap. Definitely not the same style of house from the movie, but this was Gene Shepherd's real childhood home. Said he used to look out the windows and daydream of the adventures he was going to have once he became an adult. They didn't film, obviously, here. They filmed in Cleveland. The production just felt like it was better laid out for what they wanted. But Gene Shepherd, even though they didn't use Shepherd as the last name for Ralphie, it was the Parkers. Parker was actually Gene Shepherd's middle name. So Gene was on set when they filmed the movie. He was actually the angry guy in line waiting to go down the slide that tells the boys to go back to the back of the line, not to cut. So now we've seen the real house. It's that light, that one single light up there is actually a knocked over leg lamp. So maybe they have a cat or something, but it's nice that they acknowledge the history of the film, or the history of the writer of the story that the film was based off of. So there you go. Even though it wasn't filmed here in town, Gene Shepherd liked the idea of it being filmed in Cleveland, and the house here was on Cleveland Street, so kind of ironic. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us here in Hammond, Indiana. Have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh, oh, oh.